Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into what it really takes to become a certified lifeguard right here in Michigan. And let me tell you, it's so much more than just sitting in a tall chair and getting a tan.
So let me start with a question for you. Are you on the hunt for a job that's not only flexible and rewarding, but also pays really well? Seriously, if you love being near the water, becoming a lifeguard could be the perfect move for you.
And yeah, let's talk about the pay, because it's competitive. Certified lifeguards in Michigan are pulling in between $15 and $21 an hour. That is a fantastic wage, especially for seasonal or part-time work. Okay, so you get certified. What happens next? What does this career path actually look like? Let's take a look at the huge range of job opportunities available all across the state.
The demand for lifeguards in Michigan it's huge. You are going to find openings everywhere, from bustling city YMCA pools in places like Detroit and Grand Rapids, to the sandy shores of the Great Lakes, and all throughout Michigan's incredible state parks.
And just look at this variety. We're talking community pools, summer camps, even fancy resorts. This is not just a summer gig either. Places like swim schools and aquatic centers need lifeguards all year round, which gives you some amazing flexibility in where and when you want to work.
But before you can get that job, you've got to get certified. And your journey starts with a prerequisite physical skills test. This is basically to make sure you're ready for the really intensive training that's coming up next. Think of these as the 4 big challenges you got to conquer. First, you need to be at least 15. The 300-yard swim? That's all about endurance. Treading water with just your legs proves you've got the strength to keep your hands free for a rescue. And that brick retrieval? Well, that simulates the raw strength and speed you'd need to pull someone up from the bottom of the deep end. And hey, don't stress if you don't nail it on your first attempt. You actually get a free retest within 60 days. That gives you plenty of time to practice and come back even stronger. It really does take a lot of the pressure off. All right, so you've passed the physical test. Now the real fun begins. You'll dive into this comprehensive 26.5-hour training course. This is where you learn the absolute core skills you'll need to save a life. And believe me, this training is incredibly hands-on. You're going to master techniques for every possible scenario, from rescuing an active victim who's panicking to a passive victim who's unconscious. You'll even learn how to safely break away if a panicked swimmer grabs onto you. But this training goes way beyond the water's edge. You'll become a pro at critical skills like handling potential spinal injuries, performing CPR on adults, children, and infants, and all kinds of first aid. Honestly, these are life skills you can use anywhere, not just on the pool deck. You know, don't just take my word for it. This quote from Sarah, a recent graduate, really gets to the heart of it. The whole point is to make the training realistic, so you don't just learn the skills, you build the confidence to actually use them when it counts. So, after all that training, you'll go through some final skills scenarios that put everything you've learned to the test. Once you pass those, you officially earn your lifeguard certification. And this certification, it's your golden ticket. It's good for 2 years, it's accepted by employers all across Michigan, and it proves you meet all those important state, local, and OSHA safety requirements. Now, this is a really important distinction to make. That full 26.5-hour course is for all you first-timers out there. But to keep your skills sharp and your certification active, you'll need to take a shorter recertification course every 2 years. Okay, so what's the investment? The full certification course costs $395. It's definitely worth asking about group discounts, too. A lot of times schools, camps, or other organizations can get a better rate. Earning that certification is awesome, but it's really just the beginning. For anyone who's truly passionate about aquatics, there are some clear and really exciting ways to advance your career. So, if you're looking to move up the ladder, you can take more courses like the Pool Activity Leader program. This is the kind of training that builds up your leadership and management skills, getting you ready for those supervisor roles. And the proof is right here. Look where the graduates get hired. They're working at some of the best facilities in the state. We're talking Michigan state parks, local YMCAs, private country clubs, you name it. So, the takeaway here is pretty clear, right? Becoming a certified lifeguard in Michigan is a totally accessible and super rewarding career path. The training is top-notch, the demand for jobs is high, and the skills you learn are going to last a lifetime. So really, the only question left is, are you ready to dive in?